Hello, everyone. It's very nice to meet you to show you today's tutorial of Universality. It's our first meeting, so I'm gonna say a few words about the platform, and then I'm gonna show you how to use Universality on your daily work as a teacher for today. Universality is an innovative platform allowing businesses to recruit outstanding talents while they are still at school, but also it's a tool which helps teachers to teach students. It's like e-learning platform, and it helps students to make their work during the studies or during school for also students from school. We connect the world of learning, which means teachers, students, tutors, and etc., with the world of business, which means companies, work, and big money. To start using Universality, you don't need to have any special program, any special things installed on your computer. You just need to have an internet connection and a browser, and you have to write in the browser universality.io. And then you will see this main screen, our main board of Universality. And to start using Universality, you just have to press the button login/register, which is on the right corner at the top of the page. So after pressing this button, you will see the login, the sign in screen. If you already have an account, just put your email here and the password above it, under this, and then log into the platform. If you don't have an account created yet, then under the above the email address on the right side, you have to press the button register and then make a registration. After pressing the button register, you will see the registration as a student, because daily more students than teachers are coming to our platform. So if you want to make a registration as a teacher, you have to put the cursor, you have to put the mouse on the left side. There is the lecturer graphic on marked gray. If you put the cursor, the mouse on this graphic, it will mark colors. Then you have to press the lecture, and you can already make a registration as a teacher, filling the gaps right here. After you fill the gaps, just press the button register, and then your account on your email which you give us during the registration process, you will get the email with confirmation of creating an account. After this, you will see the login screen, so you can put the email right here, put the password under this email, and then just log into the platform, and you can use the platform from this moment. You have to know that the teachers platforms, teacher profile, are marked with a green background. If you have another color, like for example yellow, which I'm showing you now, it means that you make a registration as a student and you need to delete your account or create a new account with a new email addresses, with a new email address, because you can use only one email attached to one account. Okay, now get back to the teacher's profile. What we can see here is our main dashboard. The main page is a dashboard. On the left side of this page, we can see the menu, which will be with us on each screen that we have in our platform. So it's a dashboard button, which we are in right now. The challenges, which also means task button. There are the pool of challenges. Lectures means also courses, and recent lessons, of course. But for today's tutorial, we're gonna create a new course, new lecture, and I will show you how to do this, how to prepare our first course, how to share it with our students. So to create a new lecture, there are two ways to do this. First is on the dashboard, we got the box lectures on the right side. and the button add. By pressing this button, we can add this, and we can add new lecture, or we can also press the button lectures on the left side in the menu, and then after pressing this button on the right side of the page, at the top of the page, we're gonna see also a button add. When we press this button, platform will ask us if we want to create it manually or create it automatically and generate it by AI. For today's tutorial, we're gonna create it manually. So create it manually, and then we have to fill the gaps. We have to give the name of the course, like for example, course 1. We have to change or choose university. So we can, I will choose the Technical University Rzeszów, and tags, for example, we can use C++, and there will be for today's tutorial. The default maximum number of points per challenge is you can choose from 1 to 10. I prefer 5 because it's mean for me some scale of grades like from 1 to 5 or from A to F. And then we can save this, and we get the empty course, empty lecture without any lessons, without any students group. So first of all, we have to make our conspect of the lectures, or we also can first add the lecture group. It depends on what you want to do right now. So to add a new lesson, there are 3 ways of adding a lesson. First of all, you can add the lesson using the button right here, adding a lesson. Second is to add the lesson right here, and you can also add the new exam, which is right here. Also, there is one more button to share the lecture with another teacher. If we press the button share, you have to just put the lecture, the teacher email address, and then press the button share, and all these things which are in this course will be shared with your friend, with your colleague from the university. So now we're gonna add a first lesson. So by pressing a button, add the lesson, and the platform will also ask you if you want to create it manually or create it automatically. So for today's tutorial, we're gonna create it manually and name the lesson lesson 1. After saving the lesson, you will see the lesson planning screen. On the left side, there is a lesson planning view where you have to drag challenges from the pool, which is on the right side of the page. And then when you drag it to the left side, just drop them there and they will be used already in the lesson. Of course, if you don't want to use our pool, which is really where are many tasks from, especially from IT. You can search them, view syllabus, view syllabus topic, view just term, or use some advanced search where you can place the category, the company which made the task, if there are automatically verified tasks or not, under viewed through the language in which the task is made, and if there are test tasks or no. We have to say that in the platform we got three kinds of tasks, like automatically verified tasks. They are marked with the button auto. Normal open tasks with no special signs, and test tasks which are exactly tests like multiple choice or single choice tests. Okay, you can also put your tasks, your challenges into the platform, and to do this you have to press the button new challenge or new tasks. The button new challenge is right here in the corner, in the right corner of the page. By pressing the button New Challenge, you have to fill the gaps, name the tasks, fill the content, and you can fill the content with the editing machine like Visivig, with normal text, with Markdown, or even in the specific programming language, and then the platform will mark each line of the code. You can also add some challenge parts, and they could be different types of parts. Like one could be programming language, one could be text, another could be also programming language, and etc. To each part, you can attach a file, and you can attach the file to the whole challenge, of course. And if you put your tasks to the platform, I ask you and highly recommend to put some hint, to add some hint. Hints are for tutors. They are hidden for students. They may help teachers in correcting the students' answers. And after that, you of course save the task, and the task will already be used in your lesson on the left side. Of course, the same thing if you want to create a test task, you have to press the button New Test, and then the same procedure, but after the same procedure, you have to choose the test type, whether it's a single answer test or the multiple answer test, and how points are calculated by 0 1 points or proportional points. Then you have to add your answers, and after that, choose all the correct answers in this task, and then save it, of course. And the same procedure, the task which you create here will be already used in the lesson. Of course, you can also add new theory and just give some content for students to help them understand what you are doing in the tasks, for example. Of course, for today's tutorial, I'm gonna use my tasks. Well, first of all, I'm gonna search min max task. As a task, when you press the task, we can see that we have to write a program that finds the minimum and maximum values in the given list of numbers. Sorry, where input as a space separated integers from the range 0 to 100, and output is a space separated minimum and maximum values. And for example, it's like input is 90, 24, 2300, and output will be 23 and 100. Separated space. Alright, so I'm gonna use this task, so I'm gonna drag this challenge from the pool and drop it on the left side. As we can see, now we use the task. This task is also automatically verified task, so I have to choose the language in which I want students to give me an answer. I will choose Ruby for now. All right, we got the first. We got first challenge. So now we are going to choose more challenge. I've got also some simple task like date. Yeah, I call it date, but I can change the name of the task and give here like test example task, update the challenge. As a challenge about to show you how the tests looks like, how the test tasks looks, and it's the question about what country is the biggest in the world: USA, Canada, Russia, India, and Poland. Okay, so we got these tasks. We're gonna back now to the lecture. I'm gonna use the lectures course 1, and we can edit our lesson. Here we already have one task right here, and I'm gonna use now test example task. So test example task is already in the platform. I will tell you that it's the test task, of course, also. And the third task, it's a normal task which has to where we have to write a program that reads a positive integer and from the standard input and displays this what is right here in the screen right now. So I'm gonna choose this task and put it on the left side, and we got here three types of tasks, three types of challenges: automatically verified challenge, test challenge, and normal open challenge. I will show you how students will give you their answers on these questions, on these tasks. So after we finish lesson planning, in the lesson planning screen, we have to move back to our course one. To move through the platform, you can use either menu and look for your subject in the lectures, then go to the course one, find the lesson one, and start it with your students. But you can also use the names on the top of the page where you have some text like course one slash lesson one slash lesson planning. Now we are in the lesson planning view, so the lesson planning we cannot press the lesson planning button. But if we're gonna go one left, lesson one, then we can press it. It's marked blue. If I press lesson one button, then I'm going to see all the tasks which I use in my lesson with hints, for example, how the tasks should be done by students. Of course, students cannot see hints. Okay, but to start lesson, we can do it from here by pressing the start button for each for this lesson, or we could back to the course one, where we can see that we got one lesson and three challenges used in the lesson, but we haven't started the lesson for students yet. Each lesson, of course, you can start by pressing button of start the racket. You can edit it by press the button with a pencil. Editing means the planning screen view, so the lesson planning view. Um, each lesson you can copy, like make a copy of a lesson one, copy, save. Then the platform will put us to the lesson planning view of the lesson one copy. If we back to course one, we're gonna see that we have lesson one and lesson one copy. And of course, you can delete lessons which are not started yet. If we press the button delete, you can delete it in each time. All right, so now we're gonna add first lecture group. To do this, we have to press the button Add at First Lecture, and then place the name of the group, like for example, class 1, and you can invite your participants by adding their email addresses right here in this second gap, but you can also create an empty group without any participants by saving this, pressing button save, and you will get the entry code which you share to your students, and then your students go to the website, look for the website universality.io. Then students make a registration as a student, and after that, when they got the students dashboard, we can say that it's yellow because students profile are yellow. Go to the lectures in the menu, and then press the button join, give the code that you sent to your students, press the button join again, and then they are in our course already. As you can see, there are no lesson progress found because we didn't share any task with our students. All right, so now go back to the teacher's profile. As we can see, we got one participant here, which we added a few moments ago by putting the entry code in the student's profile. The teachers can, of course, define who can be in the group, who can be the participant of the group. If there's somebody who cannot be in this group, the teacher can delete them each moment they want. Okay, so we got the challenges. We got one student in our class. So now we're gonna start the lesson to our student. I press the button start. I have to choose in which class I want to start this lesson because we can have as many classes as we want, as we have, of course. If we press this button, then we will see the first task, but it's still invisible for our students. It will be visible for our students when we choose the time from the times below right here. Like for example, I'm gonna press the button 1 hour right now, and after pressing this button, we can see that time is running, clock is ticking. So students has have 59 minutes and 40 40 let's call it 40 seconds right now to finish the task. Of course, teacher can finish the task in each time they want or extend it by pressing a button extend, and then they can choose from the calendar the date, the extending deadline for submitting the answers and choosing the hour they want. Okay, to show the next challenge to our students, we have to press the button show next challenge and do the same procedure like pressing the button we want students for to make the task. And same procedure with the last challenge. Of course, we can give them more time like end day of tomorrow. Of course, we can finish each task when we want and extend each task if we want, of course. And if we show to students all the tasks from the lesson, then the button of showing the next task will be invisible for the teachers. So now let's see what's in the students profile right now, because students gets notification about all active challenges, about they get notification about all things that teachers give to them. So first of all, new task available, min, max, published on the lesson one by our teacher. Sorry. So we're gonna go to this task. I have to remind you that it's an automatically verified task. So we got the question, and student can send answer. Add your answer right here. I have to remind you that we choose the Ruby language when we are putting the task into the lesson, so students can ask us can give us answer only in Ruby. So they will put the answer right here. I'm gonna use correct answer for this task and send the answer to the teacher. Now there's the verifying process and answer submission, and we got the answer submission that the result is verified, status accepted, and score is maximum right here. So, but if something goes wrong, like for example, students to give this answer to the teacher have to accept the answer. Until he accepts it, he can edit it. Well, if he edited, like for example, from maximum to minimum, which is incorrect, and send your answer, then the platform will also check the answer. And now we'll get the wrong answer, of course, because it's not good answer. If I close this, we have two answers which are verified. One of them is wrong, one of them is accepted. Of course, students will choose the right one and accept the answer and send it to the teacher. And after that, students can share the opinion about the challenge, the level of difficulty, and usefulness for them to share the opinion. But they don't have to do this, of course. Okay, we got the first challenge completed. Then we go to the task, to the test task. As we can remember, it's what country is the biggest in the world? USA, Canada, Russia, India, and Poland. Um, of course, the right answer here is Russia. Russia is the biggest country in the world. Uh, but For today's tutorial, we can make like, for example, that Canada is the biggest one, because many people thought that the Canada is the biggest one, but of course the biggest one in the world is Russia, is about 17 million square kilometers. Uh, but for showing you how the test task looks like, we're gonna choose Canada, for example. So pressing Canada, sending answer to the teacher, of course, sharing opinion. Students can share opinion, and they see already that Canada is the wrong answer, and the correct answer was Russia, of course. Automatically verified tasks and test tasks, teachers don't have to give points, don't have to check them. So it's simple, it's very fast. And the last but not least, normal task, classic one, open task, where students can add their answers, do it in way they want, like for example Visivig, like for example normal text, markdown, and the programming language, of course. They can add more items, more content, attach the files, and send the answer to the teacher, of course. Now we get back to our teacher. As we can see, under each task, there will be students' answers. As we can see in the automatically verified tasks, the points are already calculated. Also in the test tasks, unfortunately here is 0. And in the test task which is open, in the normal task which is open, we didn't send the answer, so students so the answers of students are invisible for teacher because nobody sends the answer right here. So this is how we can create a lesson, how we can share it with the students, how students can give us the answers to the questions. And I think it's all for today's tutorial. That's all for today. Thank you, and see you on another tutorial. See you on another video that we can make together. Goodbye.